Warning, this video assumes you have a company website. If you do not have a company website, call my cell phone immediately. I will fix this problem for you. Good communication is key to any successful relationship. Today, prepare to become a smarter person because I'm going to teach you 25 web development terms that everyone should know in today's digital age. This knowledge will help you more clearly communicate with your in-house web development team or outside contractor. To get us in the mood, I'm going to transform into a horrible stereotype of a web developer inspired by one of my favorite TV shows, Silicon Valley. I've got my hoodie, this massive energy drink, and I put stickers all over my MacBook Pro. I think we're ready to start. Let's begin with URL, or Uniform Resource Locator. This is the unique web address for any web page, image, or document on the internet. Last time Google reported how many they indexed or counted, there were over 130 trillion of these. The entire address is the URL, and this part is the domain name. Short domain names like bos.com are very hard to come by, and if you want one, you're probably going to have to pay a lot of money for it. Sorry, Logan International Airport. Most .coms are already taken, but the good news is that there's many alternatives like .love and .pizza. For our newest website, we chose .digital. While we're on the topic of accessing web content, let's talk about QR codes. Thought you'd never have to look at these crazy little squares again? Think again. Quick response codes are making a huge comeback thanks to the fact that we all have these high-tech smartphones with high-quality cameras. Don't believe me? Order a coffee, QR code. Or come on down to BOS headquarters for a tour, QR code. QR code, QR code, QR code. You don't even need a QR code reader app anymore. You just simply scan the QR code with your camera, and then you're instantly taken to product and pricing details about our wonderful workspace solutions. Amazing. SEO, search engine optimization. This is the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to your website through organic search engine results. Organic meaning you don't pay for it. I think this is ironic because I get about 100 emails a day from vendors asking me to give them all of my money so that they can do just that. Achieving organic search results can be complicated and hard to execute, and if you don't want to bother yourself with all this or wait the average 3 to 6 months for a return on investment, you might want to try your hand at paid search. Paid search is either PPC, pay per click, or CPM, which is cost per 1,000 impressions. CPM stands for cost per mil. Mil in Italian, French, and Latin meaning 1,000. Just know that according to Forbes, Google is the world's second most valuable brand, and their parent company, Alphabet's worth over $600 billion. That's not by accident. Paid search is expensive, and if your competition is mean and slightly unethical, they'll commit click fraud, in which they click on your paid listings, wasting all your money and driving up the cost of your campaigns. Oh, I'm not committing click fraud. I'm just liking all your stuff on Instagram. Hashtag follow me. Whatever you do, just know that the web is full of bots, spiders, and crawlers, which are funny names for machines that canvass the web, indexing it. If they can't find your website, or they don't like what they find when they get there, you're gonna have a really hard time being found online. Now let's talk about what happens when you actually get to a web page. A small piece of data called a cookie is placed on your computer by your web browser. An internet cookie is not a program or a virus, it's simply there to improve your web experience and make the internet faster. Some varieties of cookies like flash cookies and zombie cookies, however, are starting to raise some privacy concerns. The name cookie is also a bit of a mystery. Do a Google search and you'll find things about Hansel and Gretel and their breadcrumbs, a Cookie Monster Easter egg, a magic ticket, a fortune cookie. All I know, cookies are delicious. Let's speed things up a little bit. Above the fold. Back in the olden days, there was newspapers. This was the fold. This was above the fold. When the newspaper sat in the magazine rack, anything above the fold could be seen by people just walking by. Today, all the news is online. Above the fold is anything you can see without having to scroll, which is usually 600 pixels from the top of the page. What's a pixel? It's the smallest element of an image on a computer. We'll explain pixels in greater detail in a future video, but you might want to look into tracking pixels, which are virtually invisible images that when loaded, send information to an ad server that lets them read and record your cookies, which to me sounds a little bit like stealing from the cookie jar. UX, or user experience. This isn't only a web term, but for website design, it's the process of enhancing the overall satisfaction of a visitor as they browse your website. And don't confuse this with UI, or user interface design, which is the combination of visual and interaction design. One great way to improve both UX and UI is by creating a responsive website. A responsive website adapts to how someone's viewing it, either on a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, a vertical tablet, a smartphone, upside down. You can also use modern web design trends like parallax scrolling to improve UX and UI. Parallax scrolling happens when the foreground and background on a website scroll at different speeds, creating a visually appealing, multi-dimensional effect. Ooh. Today, most modern websites are built on a CMS, or content management system. We use WordPress for all of our sites. It's wonderful and has a very powerful backend that allows users to maintain our sites with little to no coding knowledge. Fun fact, visual editors in a CMS like this one in WordPress are called WYSIWYG editors, which literally means what you see is what you get, meaning that changes that you make in the backend are going to closely mimic what a user is going to see on the front end as they browse your website. Finally, let's talk about KPIs, or key performance indicators. These are how you measure the success and the effectiveness of your website. There are many different types of KPIs. Our awesome intern Leslie is back to help us demonstrate a few of the most common ones. Let's talk about bounce rate. Leslie goes to BOS.com, but what? That's not Bank of Springfield. She leaves the site before clicking anywhere else. Leslie's bounced. Uptime. Uptime is how long your website is viewable and usable. Too much downtime will lead to poor customer experience and lost revenue. Just look at Leslie. She tried to go to her favorite website to buy her favorite intern things, but the site was offline. Leslie's not impressed. Sorry, Leslie, want a cookie? Page views per session. Leslie goes to workspace.digital, watches 10 amazing videos, reads 4 amazing blog posts, and then spends 3 hours learning about all of our tech and agency solutions. That's one session. Sessions expire at midnight or after 30 minutes of inactivity. And finally, the most coveted KPI, conversion. Conversion is when a visitor on your website takes your desired form of action. Right now, Leslie's filling out our Connect form, letting us know that she wants to do business with us. And before you know it, cue video flashback from 4 weeks ago, she's in our space and we're partnering on her next project. Conversion can take many forms, such as buying a product or opting into an email newsletter. You can increase many of these KPIs by using strong CTAs, or calls to action. Use CTAs like buy now, start here, talk to a person, or here's a good one, like this video. Finally, you can track most KPIs using analytics, which is the process of measuring, collecting, analyzing, and reporting web data for the purpose of understanding and optimizing usage. By now, you're either a computer genius or you're fast asleep. I've just consumed 24 ounces of pure chaos, so I'm gonna go find Dinesh and Guilfoyle so we can target Hulu users using QR-based CTAs with enhanced UI design via our updated CMS. But to be totally clear, if you need any help with your website, give me a call. Workspace Digital is a full-service digital marketing agency, and we can create a great online presence for you. And call me today, because after all, I'm gonna be up for the next 72 hours. Thanks for watching.